All the cycles.
Podcast. Spell backwards.
Leap, dumb. Leap, dumb. Leap, dumb.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special Pod LEDOM bulk cub book club. Is that how that works out?
I liked it.
Excited, yeah, to bring you a new edition. We haven't done book club in such a long time.
No.
My name is Hannah Jane Ginsburg, and she's so serious. Alexis thought, like a scientist.
I'm JDB Crump, and Shiva Rose likes swagger in a guy, as long as he could back it up with real strength of character.
And I'm Lex Basile Price, and her freckles threatened a hostile takeover of her shoulders.
Oh yeah, they did. We are here today to discuss a book that, until somewhat recently, we didn't know existed. America's Next Top Model branded Face Value, book 1 of 4 to 5.
Let's talk about the journey.
Yes.
So, because we posted this to our Discord, which you can join. The link is in the description of every episode, and did a little preview of the cover of this book. And everyone was like,
What?
huh? Reasonably so. So when we were just looking, after the first book was so much fun, and that was obviously Mr. J's book, it had just come out, and it led a lot of people here. We really enjoyed the book club experience. And so we were searching to see if another book had ever been written. Turns out
That isn't Model Land, because again, for the new listeners, we are never reading Model Land.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever reading Model Land. I did the most I could.
yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Everyone needs a private indoor task for them, for their heart, for their brain. Yeah. But this is for everyone, because this is much harder to find. Model Land, you can find Model Land.
It's too expensive, but you can find it.
You can find it.
But this was a young adult book series
Scholastic.
that was written by a Taryn Bell. Taryn Bell never wrote anything else.
Nope.
And not necessarily in a because they were so bad way. I think this is a pen name.
Yeah.
Because the author bio literally reads, Taryn Bell has watched every single episode of America's Next Top Model and can't wait for the next cycle. She lives and writes in New York City.
Amazing.
And we looked.
Yeah.
We looked to see, because
We
here's
went
the
on
thing.
Goodreads and
Yes.
tried to contact the author.
Absolutely did. These books are difficult to find, and they get increasingly difficult to find
Yeah.
as you go in the series. Book 1, relatively easy. Book 2, relatively easy. Book 3 started the struggle. Book 4, we only have one copy of. In fact, there was one on the way to Hannah, and then we just got a refund
Disappeared.
into the ether. So,
There may even be a book 5. We don't even know.
Yep.
and the fascinating thing about book 5 is that the cover that we have seen in a couple of places is a photo of Sam from Cycle 11.
Wild.
The beach shoot, the bikini shoot.
Flower, yeah.
But the rest aren't top model brand. And well, to be clear, the covers aren't top model branded, but everything, it's the real logo. These are top model branded books. This was a book series to coincide with the show. And this is the real world equivalent of the fantasy that is Model Land. It's just really funny to me, because this seems like a book series that no one's ever heard of. And yet, from my understanding, having only read book 1, being one of the only person right now of the three of us who owns all 4 books, I think book 4 concludes. Like, it concludes the thing that we're reading about.
Well, and there are 4 main characters, so that makes sense.
And there's also 4 rounds in this competition, so that
Yes.
also makes sense.
It's also why a book 5 existing seems weird. Although there was a book description that's even a little spoilery that I won't say out loud to the two of you in case you
in
haven't
case
read
we
it.
ever find it.
Yeah, but it's like, it just is like, part 2. Can you believe we're still doing it? Maybe it was truly like the planned book 5 if this was a
Maybe.
huge hit.
I feel like I should go ahead and read the back of this.
Please do.
just to give everyone an idea of what's going on. Welcome to Top Model Prep, a first-class modeling academy in New York City. Here, girls compete to become the next big thing in the world of fashion and beauty. Alexis, with my red curls and blue eyes, I may seem like just another small-town girl, but I have some serious secrets up my sleeve, and you'll find out that's literal. Chloe, I've inherited my supermodel mom's looks, and everyone expects me to follow in her Jimmy Choos. The catch? My dreams have nothing to do with a runway. Lindsay, just call me the comeback kid. I used to be a celeb, but my star power dimmed. Now I'm hoping that beauty, brains, and a little bit of backstabbing will make me famous again. Shiva Rose, as the exotic international girl, I've got mystery working in my favor. But will a crush on the wrong guy threaten my shot at winning? Clothes, makeup, boys, cameras, competition. Get ready for life at the top.
Is it Shiva Rose? In my head, I pronounced it Shiva.
Who
Well,
can say?
great.
It's the mystery of the character, really.
It's but just so people know, it's
her allure.
Yeah.
it's spelled SHIVA hyphen Rose.
Mhm.
So we'll see. We'll go back and forth. It's a book. There's no pronunciation. It's just maybe Chloe's Chloe. We don't know.
The best part of this book, I'm going to say, are pages 2 through 10, not actually numbered in the book.
Right.
Because these are our applications, administration comments, and schedule for school/competition.
/TV show, maybe.
That's
Yeah,
not
this
filmed.
This book comes at you hard in the first couple of pages.
We even
Did
have
you
an
guys
address.
Did you guys? Do you
No,
guys,
I mapped it.
Did you guys also notice before we get into these, in the very first page, it says read all the books in the
It's just
America's
one and
Next Top
two.
Model series. It's just 1 and 2 because they hadn't come up with the other ones. Read both.
But
Please?
they have pictures on the front cover of all 4.
Yeah. Wait, with the
do.
titles. What?
Perfect.
Good. So we get a letter describing what they have to send in.
The idea of this school never makes more sense the further you get along in the book. This school competition hybrid isn't a thing. And the book tosses it off so casually. Like, they're like, no, it's a thing. It's fine. Nobody will have a problem with this.
Well, the problem is they want it to be a competition like America's Next Top Model. But that can't be a book series because that's a real thing we have. But this is a division. The school is a division of America's Next Top Model Agency Incorporated. So this is a world where
I
America's
love
Next Model exists, but it now has a modeling agency on
And
its
that
own.
agency was founded on the success of the wildly popular television show of the same name.
But Tyra Banks is not in this book.
No, it's a very funny mix of mentioning real people, but not, and locations without actually having any of them participate.
I have a sincere question
Mhm.
that
I think this is going to be the most sincere question episode we've ever had.
Bah.
Does it cost money to go to this school? Because a number of times they refer to scholarships,
They sure do.
and yet it would be wild for a giant plot point that if they did have to pay to go here. And then also, is it now a scam? Because, like,
Pay to play situation.
yeah.
That is true. They do refer to people in scholarship terms. Also, everyone's 16, so they're in like the mid. Well,
No.
Well,
Shiva
one's
Rose is-
17.
Oh, diversity.
I'm so curious to know what kind of school experience the author had. Because in these fake applications, they give GPAs.
Kind
And
of.
all of these GPAs are things like B- average, which is not how GPAs work.
Nope. It's also, they ask for a transcript of your grades, a copy of your grades, but then they also get to editorialize how they were graded.
And let's very quickly, because there's 4 names you got to know, really.
Yeah.
That will say a lot a little bit more casually. And they do, and I will say this, these 4 characters do get some 3-dimensionality to them.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, here's your 4 super basic archetypes.
Mhm.
Alexis, the one who, how could she win? She's normal. She's
Short.
She's in a flyover state. Yeah. Our petite contestant, Chloe, rich, daughter of a famous model, destined to win. Lindsay is our black contestant, and she is also our curvy contestant. And
a washed up child star.
Exactly. And as we'll find out, the villain. And then Shiva Rose, who is the only one, in my opinion, that does not get any flaws.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. But she is the one that fares the worst in terms of the book trying to talk about her. Because the book takes a big swing with this character.
And yet also is mysterious about exactly who she is.
They're towing a fine line
of events. There's also there's a lot of moments in this book where you're like, are the characters racist? Or is the author racist?
Yes.
And that starts
immediately
with Shiva Rose's application, because we get these sections where the administration comments on whether or not these contestants should be let into the academy.
With full, let me tell you, do not write below this line. They have it's format.
Honestly, that made me smile. The do not write below this line moment.
Because Shiva Rose is from Haifa, there are certain things that are said, including recommendation: send her admission by DHL. They deliver to that part of the world. Another recommendation from another person that says, shalom, welcome, in parentheses. And then
this
finally,
last one.
Glug, glug, glug. Gefilte fish out of the bathtub. She'll probably be a holy hot mess. Recommendation. And on the 5th day, I saith, admit.
And what's wild is you'll find out that comes from the character that everyone's like, oh, they're smart.
Yes.
They're cool and understanding and practical.
And I have a serious question. I don't know if Shiva Rose is Jewish.
Nope.
Because she very much could be Middle Eastern and be Baha'i. Because there is a huge Baha'i temple in Haifa. Also, there's a lot of Christians and Muslims in Haifa.
There sure are.
And we are constantly referring to her as Middle Eastern and Israeli, and she is Israeli and is going to be in the military. But then there's this weird line where we never fully say she's Jewish, even though
Although at one point, another character, when speaking to her, references Yiddish like it's the national language of Israel.
Yeah.
And at some point, I think someone says something about keeping kosher, which I know is not exclusively, but it does feel like the author's implying.
But but it doesn't ever come from her.
No.
So it always feels like the characters assume she's Jewish because she's from Israel.
I think this book was written at a time, and this is me being very generous to this fake author. I think this book came at a time where there was a conversation happening about deeper diversity and inclusion amongst characters in our books. But because of that, people who weren't really versed on how to do that were including characters, and really, because you could tell with this character, they wanted to be like, this is someone who's real. They're going to join the Israeli army. Their priorities are different. Their life is different. Their perspective is different. But it's like, that's a very tricky, difficult thing to write with. And this person clearly wants to do it, but is scared to ever go into any specifics, which makes the character come across like a general Middle Eastern figment of your imagination.
Yep.
Also, if you were Jewish, why would you be named Shiva? That's a wild thought, right? Am I wrong?
Yes. No, you're not wrong.
Because Shiva is the practice of mourning.
Indeed it is. And I don't know. I don't know many people from Israel, and I don't know if I can't comment on
it's just
common
wild.
Names.
It feels like it's pulled from like a hat of Middle Eastern.
Well, and the author also does that classic thing where characters of color often describe their looks in terms of food.
Oh, yeah. Even
not good.
Because let's get into Lindsay's application.
That was the safest thing at the time. People love to describe skin tones as edible things.
Lindsay, as the former child star and is also curvy, speaks in a way, especially in this application, that is quite offensive. because she also is like describing herself as caramel, but then says, I've got curves in all the right places. But what's my biggest weakness? I could probably stand to drop a few pounds. She's constantly buoying back and forth between being like, I'm real, I'm curvy, love these curves. Also, I'm fat and I cannot eat. It is weird.
It's also problematic that I think we get a mention of one other contestant being black at the very end of the book in passing.
In passing.
It is problematic that the only major black character in this book is the villain.
And like the full, like there is, I can't tell you a redeeming quality about Lindsay.
She's not here to make friends.
I agree with that in general. That being said, I always remember, and this came out later than this, I always remember as a big fan of Jim and the Holograms, Christy Marks talked about how she was never able to create any evil characters of color, even though she wanted to add diversity to it. Now, different situation because she already had a lot of white characters that were evil.
Right.
So a black character, a Latina
also,
character,
if there were any
evil.
other black characters in the book, it would not have been a thing.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I guess the one thing I'll say, not defending that it's a problem, I didn't see it coming.
No.
There's multiple times during this book that I will give the author credit. There are actual, legitimate, surprising twists in this book. And when Lindsay wasn't just, for what term would be used, sassy best friend, I appreciated that there were layers to it. The only problem is that we got villain and then didn't get anything else.
Nope.
Because if she was a villain, because everyone's kind of a villain in their own way.
Yes.
A little bit. We'll get into it. But it would have been interesting if we've got more and more layers. And maybe subsequent books will. But does that make sense? Am I being too generous?
No,
her chapters are some of the most fun ones.
I'd agree.
It's fun to follow a villain.
Especially, I guess I just question, if you're basing this at all on top model, why would none of the people in judge position be black?
Yeah, because
that's a very interesting point, actually. I didn't consider that.
Because the person that we assume might be black is described not black.
No.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And also, this book does the young adult style of there will be one character of each representative race, let's say, for all the side characters. So look, we have one Asian character too, and we have one Latina character too, and it's very much like you could see someone with a checklist, just like, and here's my reoccurring character that fits this box. And that's what I mean. It feels like we're in this place where they're like, got it, diversity, we're done.
Check.
Let's talk about how this competition works.
The schedule? Not a schedule of classes, the schedule of the competition, which is the weirdest way to put this.
So there's going to be 4 sessions, each 2 weeks long, and it starts with 40 girls in the competition / summer program. There will be 10 eliminated and 1 winner of the challenge, which basically gets showered in prizes. And basically each session / book, 10 more people will get eliminated until 1 winner emerges. And so you think to yourself, 40 characters seems like a lot to juggle in a short 220-page book. Don't worry. We meet our 4 main characters, another 4 characters, and we're
that's
done.
It.
Yep. Their challenges at the end of 2 weeks are an individual photo and a group photo with their roommates, which they then receive letter grades for. And then those 2 letter grades are averaged to find out who wins and the 10 who are going home.
Y'all, is this where Tyra got the idea for the college cycle?
Yes, that's what I thought too. It's not that much before.
The prizes are a contract with our agency, America's Next Top Model Agency, Inc., the cover of 17 magazine, along with a 4-page fashion spread, and a check for $100,000 to be used toward her college education.
Really put that in
Scholarship
there.
bucks.
Also, I forgot the 17 magazine part. If we don't have a future book with a future chapter that's like chapter 8, hello ladies, and it's Anne Choquette.
Oh!
Is this our last appearance of Anne Choquette? Maybe. You'll notice that we said roommates. That's because our 4 main characters, plain Alexis, rich Chloe, mean Lindsay, and perfect Chivarose, are roommates. And they're the 14 seagulls.
I have another sincere question. What color is Alexis's hair? Because it's described as wild ginger, strawberry frizz, and carrot colored all throughout the book.
Look, these are all makeovers that Tyra has suggested. So
Those are 3 distinct colors. None of those are the same color.
That's our supermodel power, is redhead of every flavor.
Red Shadia.
my favorite part of this book, generally speaking, is its understanding of New York City geography.
Yes.
Because the city north of 14th Street does not exist, according to this book.
No.
Absolutely not. This isn't
And
Scream 6.
My favorite thing about this book is that it posits that Max Brenner, Chocolate by the Bald Man, is a place where New York's beautiful people go to see and be seen.
3 times it's mentioned in this book. You didn't know the 5th character was Brenner.
In other cities.
This is the Virgils of this
Yes.
world. It is the restaurant. It gets mentioned so many times. And not mentioned, scenes take place there, and also the cliffhanger takes place there.
It's a huge plot point.
Amazing.
We also get we also are told where the name Max Brenner comes from. Like, we get a full Mr. J breakdown of the
Alexis is so excited. Our Midwestern normie is so excited about Max Brenner that this description happens. The crunchy waffle balls were unwrapped, piled high, waiting to be rolled between thumb and forefinger. The barrel of swirling molten thick liquid begged for dipping fingers. You know how when you get a round candy and you just roll it around in your hand for a while between your thumb and forefinger?
Yeah, and to that lint chocolate ball is nothing.
I'm obsessed. I just love the thought that Max Brenner is the coolest, hottest spot in New York City.
Do y'all know that I'm in a lint chocolate commercial?
No.
You truly won't recognize me. Very different haircut and glasses. And I have a one word, one line, and it's, oh.
I love that.
I'm the
for you.
surprised one. They told me, you're the one that didn't think lint would be good.
But you know it's good.
But twist.
Controversially at Brave.
Yeah, I ate somebody fucking I ate somebody fucking balls. Or somebody fucking balls.
Oh.
Did anyone else catch the Betty Davis reference from Chloe, who enters the apartment and says, "What a dump."
Nice.
The fact that these teenagers are always saying common room, how apt.
Also, the names that aren't the 4 of them get wild.
Oh, yeah.
Chloe's boyfriend is named Liam Lattimore.
Mm-hmm.
What a name.
I also, so they're roommates, and one of the biggest plot points early on is that there's a single and a triple, which makes no sense.
No sense.
No.
And both Chloe and Lindsay think it's for them.
They've
Chloe,
been
because she's the
promised it.
daughter of a supermodel and she's destined to win the competition, so she's like, probably mine. And Lindsay, because she's an ex-celeb, essentially. And what's funny, and again, in a good twist, when you're introduced to Chloe, and this is one of those books that the narrator changes. It's like a third-person, omnipresent narrator. We do kind of bounce around from, but it's not chapter by chapter. Sometimes it's within the chapter, so it can get.
Yeah.
I got a little lost here and there.
It's a little
but,
confusing.
yeah, but when you first meet Chloe, you're like, "Oh, here's the villain. She's going to be terrible. She's going to be mean. She's going to be rich. She's going to be stuck up." Nope.
She has the soul of a poet.
Yeah, and I actually appreciate that in her intro, she seems super stuck up, but then you find out, no, she just doesn't want to be here.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Also, as we mentioned, Lindsay was on a show called Yes, we blend.
The fact that it was essentially described as Black Step by Step, and they named it Yes, comma, we blend, never stopped being funny to me.
She is apparently the Cody, if you know Step by Step. She is
Yeah.
the Cody because she's the niece.
Mhm.
So her name is Denise.
Niece Denise.
Niece
Niece
Denise.
Denise.
Can I also say this is a side thing, but this episode's made for tangents.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember the show Thea with Thea Vidal, the comedian?
Yes.
I do not.
It's really fun, and they put a bunch of it on YouTube, and I was watching it, and it's, I think, the first big acting role for Brandy.
Oh,
And she
yeah.
plays her
Oh.
daughter, and I watched the pilot, which is a very strong pilot. Like, people should look up how to do sitcom pilots from Thea. And her character's name is Denisha, I think. It sounds it's Denisha or something very close to that. And I had read it right after this, and I was like, is this a Thea reference? I was like, there's no way. But it's a Thea reference.
Each contestant gets her own set of problems.
Mhm.
At the door.
Uh-huh. Chloe's is overbearing mom who wants her to follow in her footsteps when she wants to be a poet and not a model. We have Lindsay, who is here to create problems for other people.
And
Yep.
Lindsay's problem is she's not very good at this.
No.
She
No,
could
she's
only
not.
win by cheating right now.
Yes.
But
Mhm.
weirdly, she's good at coaching other people.
Yes, indeed. We have Alexis, who, and this truly was a wild twist.
God. Oh my
This
God.
was the best twist in the book. I actually texted Lex about this
Yeah,
because I
this
was like,
is
have you
wild.
gotten?
Is a chronic thief.
Fully a kleptomaniac.
Mhm.
And then later on, we find out her very specific morality about it, which actually
Yes.
is pretty fleshed out and interesting.
Yeah,
But
it was
for the
kind of
first
great.
for the first 3 or 4 chapters, Alexis is portrayed as your protagonist.
Mhm.
That she's the good-hearted, shouldn't win this, but is probably a diamond in the rough, petite, redheaded model, like very Nicole,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yes. Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, at the end of the chapter, she steals a credit card off a table and pays for dinner.
The credit card was the wild. And this comes after she goes to the front, checks cameras, and steals things in her
Yes.
bag.
Uh-huh.
And then because she's like, don't worry, I'll pay, swipes someone's credit card off the table as they're posing for a family photo, and then gives that credit card.
That's like our first introduction. And the second one is her being mad that she accidentally stole a knockoff instead of a
Yes.
designer bag. Incredible.
It's truly fascinating. Like the Alexis chapters, well, I'll say Alexis's other problem that was the not fun thing to watch.
Oh, yeah.
That Alexis became a fascinating character because all of a sudden she wasn't maybe the clear winner, but then
Mhm.
also they made the choice that Alexis was going to be the horniest kid who's ever existed.
And, in a
And I
way-
say kid because I want to remind you that these are 16-year-old characters, and that's important for some plot points that are
Yeah.
about to come up.
And because she's from the Midwest, there are certain things that she's never seen or heard of before, leading her to say things like, "What's a Dita Von Teese?"
That was wild. But she throws it off as though because she's never had a boyfriend, she's so horny. But the way it's played is she's never seen a man. Like she lived on her own, like
And again,
Mhm.
she's 16. Not having a boyfriend at that age is so
Normal.
Fine.
but she literally sees a billboard and is like, oh, hubba hubba, how does not everyone just crash their car?
Have
She
you
literally says
seen
that,
an
y'all. That
ab
is not Lex
before?
exaggerating.
A boy ab?
And then at one point, it seems like she references a dick when she's like, but they
Yeah.
don't have those.
And it was clearly a stand-in for that. Abs were used
Yeah.
in ways that you would maybe put a penis at some point. I did love, though, that everyone else is not nearly at that level. So they're all like, Alexis, what's wrong with you?
Yes.
Why are you this lustful?
And then finally, Shiva Rose's problem is that she enters sort of into an inappropriate relationship with a photographer and judge. Speaking of wild names, this person's name is Mac Scarborough, and they make a very big deal. I'm sorry, I'm going out this in a roundabout way, but I loved it so much. The head of the academy / judging is a former model named Victoria Devashan. And whenever
I always read
characters...
it as Diva Chan.
Diva Chan?
It's not a real name.
I don't know. But the number one thing that is said about her is how fair she is, how fair and unbiased, and she would never do anything to mess with the integrity of the competition. At one point, Chloe's supermodel mother says that her integrity is what led her career to end somehow.
Okay, wait. I hope that's a reveal to a later book.
But this person who is apparently so committed to integrity did not bother to check. Welcome to our ugly home.
Reddit is back for a historically hideous season.
It's our 100th ugly house. This place is mayhem. That is impressive.
And if these walls could talk,
Do you cry a lot?
I do.
they'd have a lot to say.
What in God's name is this pit?
Don't get too close.
No, if you've seen the show, I'm a scaredy cat.
Ugliest House in America season premiere Wednesday at 8 on HGTV.
Are you a forward thinker? Then you need an HR and finance platform that thinks like you do. Workday is the AI platform that helps propel your organization, your workforce, and your industry into the future. Workday, moving business forever forward.
Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
The photographer's credentials.
Do any background check.
So they thought they hired a 25-year-old when he's actually 18.
But that feels almost like an editor was like, you cannot have this 17-year-old be dating this photographer. And they're like, okay, I guess I'll do a side plot where I lied about my age. Don't tell.
But
So
every
strange.
love interest is 18.
Uh-huh.
For some reason, the author decided that every single love interest that any of our main four have
Well,
is
not
18.
Lindsay.
Well, she doesn't have love interest.
Lindsay only has time for evil. No love.
Yeah. But all the three that have a love interest, they all end up being 18. And I'm like, but they're still 16 and 17. And look, I'm not saying that's wildly inappropriate or anything. I'm like, but why is that? You could have just made one or two of them 17. Like you're an author. These are not real people. You can
Is
just
this
change
the
their
choice?
age. Because of like this author has this mindset that 18's the appropriate age for a boyfriend to be.
Uh-huh.
No younger, no older. 18 is boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So let's introduce some other people in this book. The people across the hall are the only other four models we meet.
I wish we knew so much more about them. Because they seem fun.
They do seem fun.
They are Jana, Ava, Faye, and Bikini.
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 Justice for Bikini. The best jokes in the book were related to Bikini. Truly.
Sure, but this author makes these four young women idiots.
Yeah.
Full idiots.
Well, except for Asian Faye, who can't be an idiot. Because she's what? Defined by her race.
Yeah, her
And
father
she's what?
owns
A model minority.
Mr. Chow's.
And she's what? Two in her head. The pop culture references. Sprinkled isn't even the right word.
Dropped.
Dropped.
Heavily
in.
dropped.
Alexis descended the steps to the 6-line subway, the very one Jennifer Lopez immortalized on her debut album, On the 6.
I did not expect an Evan Rachel Wood and Nick and Nora Infinite playlist shout out in this book.
I don't know why the Evan Rachel Woodward was the one that really got me, because it was just out of absolutely nowhere. I don't want to get past our 4A girls, 14A girls for too long, because the book has this problem that they created the four main characters to kind of hate one another.
Yes.
So they have to have other friends to bounce things off of. So Faye gets to be smart enough and will probably last in the competition a while. Then Jana, Latina Ava, and dumb Bikini. The dumbest of the dim.
The only one who goes home.
Bikini gets eliminated. The worst of the worst. She got like a C- devastatingly. But the Jana, Ava, Bikini, they're just described as ditzy, but they have to like exist in this world, so they never do anything ditzy.
No,
because they're just
Except
there.
not know what a green screen is.
Ugh. And honestly, I wish I had one or two times. They're also the ones who always ask the questions. So if the author needs someone to ask a follow-up question because they set up an insane world where none of things could be true, literally there's a paragraph where Bikini asks a question and someone's like, Bikini actually spoke for all of us this time. She asked a question we were all asking, and you as an audience member are asking it because the rule didn't make any sense.
Also, talking about crazy names, the designer that is designing clothes for a final runway show is named Laura B.
Which Lindsay's the only one to parse together that it might have used to be Laura. I do love that Lindsay hates her.
Oh, Lindsay hates her dresses, hates everyone. The only person Lindsay likes, Danielle.
The only thing,
but she even
Lindsay
says
likes,
I would like Danielle if I had time for friendship, and you're like, Lindsay, take it down. You have to have some downtime, friend.
Lindsay's only friend is fame. Lindsay is the opposite of any character you've ever met because she's like, I just want shallow relationships with people who only like me because I'm famous.
And I want to get back to Hollywood so bad. Fuck Staten Island. I just
want people to bother me all the time. I am so tired of being able to go to places anonymously.
It's mirrored in Chloe's hatred of that. And Chloe's like, yeah, but they have to take your picture. They give you free stuff, but it's not really free. And Lindsay's like, I don't fucking care. Give me that free stuff. I'll take any picture you fucking want.
There's also some times where Lindsay begrudgingly helps someone. And then after, you're like, oh, this is going to be it. This is the turning point. She helped Jana. She helped whomever. And then Lindsay's in her monologue is always like, oh, I can't believe I did that. What are you becoming, Lindsay?
The lengths that Lindsay goes to do evil schemes, because at one point she steals Chloe's cell phone, which
this is really the biggest plot of the book.
Which doesn't have a password somehow.
Nope.
Because I don't think Taryn Bell used an iPhone ever. And from her phone gets people's personal information, contact information. She then forges stationery that she has to print out at a FedEx
and overnight to California.
And she has to craft the perfect letter that isn't clear who it's coming from, but convinces Chloe's long-distance boyfriend Liam that not only can he not visit for the planned weekend they have together in New York, but also he cannot tell her why.
Yeah, apparently Liam Lattimore is such a raging dum-dum that he believes the headmaster / head judge of his girlfriend's school / competition wrote him a letter that said, you can't come here, but also you have to lie about it.
Chloe might lose points.
And it works better than Lindsay could imagine.
Oh, actually, you know what? There is another character we should bring up, and that is Sarah. Sarah, who gets that info, because Sarah is Chloe's best friend from home, and every time Sarah came onto the page, I was like, oh, get ready for a reveal.
Got the tea.
Sarah's got the goss. I'll say this. Text messages compared to the meltdown look like text messages.
Yes, they are on the wrong side, though.
I'll take it.
I do want to... Chloe is the only one who receives and sends texts. She mostly is texting poetry to her boyfriend. But my favorite text in the whole book is from Chloe's mom to Chloe. 3 lines. How'd you sleep? When's first competition? Spoken to Aunt Vic?
And Chloe's mother, and Chloe's just like, ugh, my mom, such a fucking bitch. And her mom seems super fucking normal.
Yeah, the Chloe's big thing is that her mother, Charlotte, right?
Yes.
Was a supermodel. Chloe looks just like her. She's the second coming of this supermodel. And Aunt Vic is the headmistress who clearly and openly favors Chloe. So Chloe is worried that she'll win. Now, I want to say this, though. Chloe makes this big stink about like, well, I'll just make sure I don't win. There are so many ways to sabotage herself, and yet she never does. Literally right after she says that to the reader, well, I just got to find a way not to win. They do a runway challenge, and she picks out a great outfit, and she does well. And you're just like, well, what are you trying to do, Chloe?
Well, and also strategizes on purpose to suck up to the designer.
See, I actually think that's not what happens. I think what we're supposed to believe is that Chloe is just so naturally good and has such naturally good.
She just stumbles into it.
Yes.
She can't help but succeed.
Yeah, because Lindsay's winning look, what she puts on and thinks she's going to win in is hold on, I wrote it down. She picked out silver wedge sandals, a spangled short-sleeved Stella McCartney mini dress, and neon pink tights. What the fuck? And she's like, this is it. No one else. No. And I don't think we're supposed to believe necessarily that Lindsay is like delusional.
No, it does never come across that. Like, Lindsay is supposed to. That character is such a weird tightrope walk because she's the villain. And to Hannah's point earlier, usually her sections are the most interesting just because it's
happening. Things are happening.
You're reading heist taking place that she is planning. But also, she, to the point y'all made even earlier, as the only black character, you're like wanting to root for her because she's the only plus size model, really. And there's all these things that you're supposed to feel Lindsay's underrepresented. Lindsay needs this, but she's got no personality traits that make you like her. She's not even funny.
No, she's not funny.
She has no friends until suddenly she has one convenient friend.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Because her other plot is to make friends through a proxy of one of Chloe's not friends that they all make fun of and have a private group chat that doesn't include that one friend. Ashley.
Oh, poor Ashley.
Ashley Angibo. Her name is Ashley Angibo.
And at some point, because these are all, the people we're referencing now are back where Chloe's hometown is for the summer. And Lindsay is such a master manipulator that she basically convinces Ashley from a distance.
Someone she's never met.
No.
Via gift bags, essentially, that she keeps buying for Ashley to help convince Chloe that Liam's cheating on her. And you're just like, Lindsay, you're too good at go into politics, Lindsay. You're too good at this.
The book builds up to the final photo challenge where each set of roommates is representing a particular brand in a particular scenario. And our main cast of 4 get tasked with being a rock band, which has 2 lead singers and 1 drummer.
and the lead singers are different music genres.
Yes. The only way Chloe fails is because she hates Lindsay so much that they can't keep it off camera, leading Alexis to be the winner of the first section of the competition.
Which gives Alexis immunity for the next section of the competition.
Yes.
And we'll get to the ending and why that's funny. But also, I don't want to go past how technically Shiva Rose could have won. Because that photographer that's 18, not 25, and her shared a ferry ride where she definitely multiple times said no to him. And
I have a quote.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're about to pull up.
But I just want to set this up. Shiva Rose knows this is inappropriate. Originally because of both age and stature, the fact that he's a judge, it'd give her an unfair advantage. She doesn't feel like this is appropriate at all. And she says that in so many different ways. And this guy just thinks if he flirts enough, it's okay.
Well, earlier in the book, he was so happy with turning the teenagers on.
He made me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think that's a good idea, Shiva Rose said levelly. It hit her just then, a careening realization. She'd said the same exact thing to him last Saturday before they went on the ferry, but he talked her into going with him then, and she knew, in the way a girl sometimes knows these things, he would again. It sounds like she's going to get raped. Like, it's wild.
Yeah.
So they go to dinner, And he's very cool and well known at this like hip underground diner.
All the
where
waiters with
Leonardo
tattoo
DiCaprio
sleeves
is
know
eating.
Mac.
Even though he's 18. And he offers to give her a leg up in the competition by letting her know the twist of the final photo.
Which is nothing.
And we don't find out
Nothing.
until the next chapter that she says no and leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's real shitty to her on set.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The other male character in this book, because we don't really meet Liam Lattimore, is Shane the underwear boy, who believes that his summer classes at NYU will transfer to credits to the University of Florida because he's only an underwear model to make money because he's really into school.
Yeah,
That
his
Alexis
character was
runs into.
ill-defined, except for being a model who doesn't want to model, and of course, 18.
And Alexis can't believe the body she saw is hidden under those baggy NYU clothes.
Yeah, too normal for Alexis, truly. And then Alexis is now, for most of the book, every single night,
Late at night.
curfew, which is a big rule. 9 p.m., you gotta be back.
You gotta also sign out. She figured out how to not sign out.
Which was actually pretty clever. I
Yeah.
kind of like that explanation.
Also, it doesn't seem like she's on drugs, too. There's like a reference to her looking like really terrible.
Yeah,
It's because she's
puffy-eyed
tired.
and yeah.
Mm.
It's because she's tired because she's spending every night shoplifting and then meeting up with this boy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, yeah, she would be exhausted because they're in quote unquote classes all day.
But these don't seem like classes. They seem like...
Lindsay certainly doesn't think so. Lindsay's like, stupid, hate these filler classes.
Oh, we have to talk. So the photo shoots are never described like a real photo shoot. But also in the first, like, this is your practice photo shoot with Max Scarborough, because they always refer to him in his full name.
Uh-huh.
They're each given a flower. And Lindsay, the only black person to ever exist in this universe, is given a black-eyed Susan.
And what's interesting is the book decides to let Lindsay call out that that's racist, which I was like, oh.
Uh-huh.
But then Mac, who I think the audience is supposed to side with, is like, no, but if you're so put off by it.
So, like, she's being overreactive.
Yeah, and she describes it very plainly and normally. It was like, honestly, Lindsay's best moment.
Yeah.
And it was so weird to have that scene because it served no purpose. And it made Lindsay, the author felt like they intended for us to be like, Lindsay whining about racism.
Yes, is the feeling of the book.
Yeah.
A random thing that I have to say. Did anyone else notice they kept saying suck in your pelvis? Like that's something you can do.
I love the word pelvis on this.
Lindsay also apparently only watches episodes of the show she was on as a child. I
Which
mean,
honestly,
right on
slay.
past that. Yeah, I have to get back to Alexis. Alexis is the most fascinating character in this book because she's such a weird collection of stuff.
Are you talking about the time she apparently speared a towel using a fork somehow?
Well, she's street smart in that she is good enough at shoplifting to steal products from the Apple store. But
Yeah.
also, her character gives this description of Broadway. Broadway was Soho's main drag, and so far as Alexis could tell, open all night, always crowded and noisy, which supposes that in the dum-dum flyover states that Alexis is from, streets close
Oh, yeah.
at night.
I didn't even consider that.
I'm going to argue Detroit, Michigan isn't really a flyover state. That's like Iowa,
Yeah.
parts of Illinois. I mean, Michigan? Detroit? You're from a city. You're not from... it's so strange.
As I just said, smart enough to get away with stealing things from the Apple store, but also cannot resist the pull of Max Brenner because she makes all her roommates go there together. Then she takes her man on a date there. And then when she wins that challenge, she says, "Oh, we need to go back and celebrate." When she has already apparently used a stolen credit card in this location
Seemingly
2 different
twice.
times.
Yep. So this is the finale of the book. And I'll say this cliffhanger got me because they're all back. And you think the cliffhanger is going to be Chloe announcing that she is quitting the competition. She can't figure out a way to sabotage herself because she's just too naturally apt at everything. So she's going to quit.
Stumbling into the right clothes and pose.
And then even mean, terrible, villainous Lindsay is like, wow, even I might miss her. And you're like, is Lindsay going to convince her to stay? And then they are like, it's weird that no one served us yet.
They did seat them.
All these servers who used to fawn over us, who are a multi-racial selection of hot boys, they're not coming anywhere near us.
They did seat us at the best table in the restaurant, but they haven't come over to take our order.
And then the waiters / sort of security come over and announce that Alexis has been caught. They know all about her ill-gotten dinners. And then one by one, as if, oh, captaining my captain, each other friend stands up. Lindsay's like, do you know who I am? And Chloe's like, what's the meaning of this? And Shiva Rose is probably like, what are the rules? Like, I don't know.
No,
I don't remember
Shiva Rose goes, what did you do, Alexis? Because
she figured out the shoplifting.
Yeah, she noticed the bags were missing from the stool.
Shiva Rose, by the way, is the only one who doesn't get a flaw other than being in love with this photographer. She was the least interesting to read about because her chapters were creepy and always a little like, or at least racial, if not outright racist. And also, Shiva Rose doesn't get to have a flaw except that the judges hate her.
For no reason.
And then Alexis is just like arrested. And that's the end of the book.
Also, maybe they don't like Shiva Rose because she always talks about her shoulders. She's obsessed with her broad shoulders. They bring it up so often in this book.
This author is someone who kind of knows how to write dumb characters, I guess, but cannot write smart characters.
No.
Because Shiva Rose is supposed to be smart and doesn't want to model as a full career. She's just using this
to get money.
So she can go to school and study things.
All her friends begged her to do this, basically.
But Shiva Rose loves school and says about their photography lesson, so far, photography was like history and science class wrapped up in one luxe package.
And listener, I hope you've made it this far. And I know that you're thinking, this is a little bit more cash chat about the book, because here's the thing. This book is also, at the end of the day, a light 220-page breeze read. We all did this in like a day.
Yeah.
And look, that's what the intended age group is.
Sure.
I'm not denouncing young adult books that are small like that, but this was a very different reading experiences because I just also haven't read a young adult novel in a while, and all the tropes came screaming back to me.
Well, and I will occasionally dip into YA, but it's always good. And when I was this age, I read plenty of bad YA and loved every second of it.
For sure. There was so much that I was just devouring because I needed things to read.
Yeah.
I was just reading things so fast. Right.
There's only so many Animorph books I can read.
I had not read a bad YA in a while, and it was a good time. It was not the worst way to spend an evening.
No.
I'll say this. There were, again, if I am going to give the book some credit, which I am, because that's the sentence I'm setting up, and that's how language works. The twist often got me.
Yeah.
They really, really did. The reveal of Alexis is actually not this perfect protagonist that she steals, and then her morality later about like, well, I don't steal from people, I steal from corporations. And I was like, well,
sounds like you thought this through.
That's how she bags Underwear Boy. She gives money to a homeless person.
And you truly don't know, because we assume, maybe we're wrong, that one of the four of them is going to win. But honestly, right now, you don't know who you're supposed to want to win.
This is not Lindsay.
Yeah.
I'm pulling for Faye because she has potential.
I want Faye to win too.
I want Bikini to come back. It was
Battle back.
I can't believe they came up with a character. That's the perfect dumb fake name, and I can't believe they eliminated her first.
I just, it also, they make it seem, it's very pointed. They're like, there's 40 people. But then when they talk about these photo shoots, it's like there's 16 people.
Yeah, we only got 3 rooms mentioned. We have our 14C heroes, our 14A recurring, and then just 12C is thrown in there at some point. I'm like, ooh, more?
Another floor, you say?
I think in a bigger book,
Also, why is it just A and C? Why where is B and D? It's 14 B and D.
Not existent.
I would have gone for a 14 F and R, where it's like front and rear.
Yes.
Or an even E and W, you know?
Yeah. But I am interested to read the other books in this series.
Yeah.
And I hope y'all I know this is one that y'all can't really read along with us. This is not one that anyone was asking for. But this is one of those that to me is almost like media preservation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because
we're archivists.
We're the only people that have read this book, seemingly.
Yeah, truly, they're impossible to find.
Except for the few children in a classroom that this gets put into their class library. Because I have one that's definitely from a class library.
Yeah, and if you want to try book 1 and even book 2, you can find those. You'll be able to buy those if you really want to at a reasonable price, probably less than $20.
Oh, the shipping will be more than the book.
Book 3, good luck. Book 4, I have the only copy in the world, apparently. We're going to have to read this out loud to each other when we get to book 4.
Can you just make an audiobook version and we'll listen to it?
God, could you imagine with my accent? Shiva Rose said, no.
Max
I can't be your
Scarborough,
girlfriend.
I can't.
Why do I hate my voice so much? I like my voice. Every time I make a joke about my voice, I'm just
You apologize to your voice.
I'm sorry, voice.
And if you're sorry for your voice, you should rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast. We love hearing from you, your hot takes, your iced tea. Please leave us a review at Apple iTunes and give some stars at Spotify.
Ooh, love those stars. Love those stars.
You can also become a LEDOM Pod sponsor, which helps us do these kind of episodes because these books, at the end of the day, not cheap when you have to buy 3 copies of each.
Yes.
And be sure to check out the Discord if you would like to discuss Alexis's habits.
Yeah, maybe we'll throw up have the mods create a channel for just the book discussion.
One person will be in there alone. I've read them. I also think that this will be the 3rd of 3 bonus episodes that we did, in a row. So we hope you appreciate the bonus episodes. We don't always have time, but we always want to keep creating free listenable content for everyone because y'all support us so much. And it's nice that we're just still discovering stuff about America's Next Top Model.
Mm-hmm.
You can reach out to us at podledom@gmail.com or at podledom.com. And you can find me anywhere at Yet Charming.
I'm just lurking on Instagram at Hannah Jane Ginsburg.
And I think I'm doing a pretty okay material on TikTok at JW Crump. Okay.
And be sure to use the hashtag podledom and unfindable book whenever you talk about us. We love hearing from you. So, for Podledom, I have been Lex Basile Price.
I'll be Hannah Jane Ginsburg.
And I'm JW Crump.
And we'll see you at Max Brenner.
Podledom is not endorsed by America's Next Top Model, Tyra Banks, 10x10 Entertainment, or any of their subsidiaries. It is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. America's Next Top Model and all names, pictures, and audio clips are registered trademarks and copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.